All right, welcome back to Discovering Fort Wayne. Today we are going to find out what does $250,000 get you and how much is that per month. So Scott, do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
You look out your window and what do you got?
The old one bedroom condo in Chicago with $350 a month in HOA dues. You can't measure friendliness, so to speak, but you can measure crime.
Yeah. We're talking about all you ballless pimps and players out there that in that $600,000. All right, guys, so we are breaking this down today. Welcome back to Discovering Fort Wayne. We are your hosts, Caleb Ellington. I am a real estate agent with my wife, Stacia, and this is Scott Saylor. Go ahead.
I was going to tell my name.
You can tell him, whatever.
My name is Scott Saylor with Bailey & Wood. I am your mortgage guy. I'm your mortgage go-to person for all things mortgage related.
So we have helped dozens and dozens of people move here from all across the country, and one of the biggest things that people want to know is, what can I afford?
Absolutely.
Not only what can I afford, but how much, of course, is my monthly payment going to be? We all want to know that as we're looking at our budgets. What is this going to cost me in order to move here to Fort Wayne? And what can I buy? And I'm telling you, from across the country, people are shocked. We keep getting this every single day from people. It's like, man, Caleb, like $250,000, I know that can't buy me squat because I'm in Chicago, I'm in California, I'm in Oregon, and that means I'm getting a Cracker Jack box.
Your money goes further here, we promise. Stick with us. We're going to break it down based on payment, based on dollar amount. We're going to show you what how affordable Fort Wayne really is.
All right, stay tuned. All right, so we're going to dive right in. The median home price here in Fort Wayne is about $250,000, $260,000, which here in Fort Wayne can get you a 3-bedroom, even 4-bedroom, 2-bath house.
Right. Nice
yard, fenced-in backyard. But Scott, go ahead and break down for people $250,000, what is that going to cost them per month?
All right, guys, stay tuned for this because we're going to go over a few things. We're going to go over what $250,000 looks like. We're going to jump it up to $450,000, and we're going to end with $600,000 and give you guys a nice little payment breakdown. $250,000, we're looking at a total payment, including taxes and insurance for all you nerds out there that nerd out on this stuff. Your escrows, which I am one of you. I love getting in the weeds on this stuff, but $1,670 a month. $1,670 a month to own a home, 3, maybe 4-bedroom home in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in one of the least expensive places to live in the entire country, one of the least crime-infested areas in the country to live, and also some of the best school districts.
Yeah.
How hard is it? How hard is it to find something for $250,000?
For $250,000, I mean, we can definitely find you a nice home here in Fort Wayne that you're going to appreciate, you're going to love, and again, if you're coming from one of those high-cost states where $250,000 gets you nothing, or a condo where you look out your window and what do you got?
The old one bedroom condo in Chicago with $350 a month in HOA dues, staring at a brick wall, listening to gunshots go off all night. Chirac, sorry guys, no offense.
All right, Scott. So another question that people have is, okay, I get it for $250,000. You know, my mortgage is going to be this, but taxes. Taxes are skyrocketing where I'm from in California or New York, Chicago, places like that. So what about here? What are taxes?
In the state of Indiana, property taxes are capped at 1% of the assessed value. If your home is assessed at $250,000, your property taxes can't be higher than $2,500.
Right.
If it's an investment property, second home, taxes are going to be a little bit higher, but I promise you, tax bracket in comparison to the entire country is going to be lower, and again, your dollar goes further.
And what's nice about that is, if you've never bought a house and you are looking to move here and this is going to be your first house, property taxes are already included in your monthly payment. So you never have to pay anybody. Just you get your mortgage, you're paying that every single month. They collect it, they send it to your property taxes. But again, it's usually less than 1% because you have the homestead exemption, you have your mortgage exemption, and so a lot of times it can be less than 1%. So if you're watching this, again, don't worry about the taxes. Just calculate 1% or less. 1% is going to be the max.
All right, guys, so we've already broken down what $250,000 looks like. That's going to be a payment of about $1,670 per month, including taxes and insurance. The next price bracket we're going to jump up to is $450,000. Total payment, $2,965. That includes your property taxes and insurance. $450,000 if you're coming from any coastal area. Anywhere where it's warm all year round, you're probably still going to be shocked at the payment based on what the property taxes are because they're so low.
Also, the other thing that we want to talk about today is why else, Scott, is Fort Wayne an amazing place to move? So we're talking about their payments. We're talking about, this is, $1,600, now we're $2,900, but what else about Fort Wayne makes your money
Don't get me going.
go so much further?
Don't get me going on Fort Wayne.
Come on.
So here's a scoop, guys. I have lived in multiple cities. I've been overseas many times being in the military. Indiana is probably, in my opinion, of course, one of the most friendly places to live in the entire country. Now, you can't measure friendliness, so to speak, but you can measure crime. Right?
Yes.
And if the crime is low,
Yeah.
the people are typically in better mood, right?
Yeah.
The people are typically in less of a fight or flight situation because the crime rate is lower.
Yeah.
Because the cost of living is lower. Because the property taxes are lower.
Yeah.
And when you do that, the infrastructure that's built around that, everything in your life becomes a little less expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Fort Wayne Children's Museum, or we have the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. We have, I mean, there's a multitude of things to do downtown with the kid that are all kid friendly. There's things to do. There's just a lot of activities to do in Fort Wayne.
We actually did a video on top 10 things to do in top 10 things to do in Fort Wayne that are free or under $10.
Yeah, which free is for me.
Yeah, free 99 is my favorite price on anything. So, but what Scott's just saying, if you didn't catch that, is the cost of living. So, for some of you, $2,900 may be like your max, right? And you're like, that puts us right there. But you're also imagining that your other costs are the same. What you're paying for gas, what you're paying for entertainment, what you're paying for all these other things that are in your budget. The minute you move to Fort Wayne, surrounding areas, Indiana, your gas comes down, your utilities comes down, the cost of entertainment comes down. All of those other expenses come way down, and so you're able to afford more of a house. So again, probably the best thing that you can do is to give Scott a call first, to give him a call and say, hey, I want to see what we can afford. Obviously, my wife and I, as real estate agents, you can call us too first. It doesn't really matter. We're all going to get together on a phone call and figure this out on what you can afford. And that's really the purpose of this video, guys, is for you to say, all right, Caleb, we are ready to move. We've got to get out of here, but we need to know, what can we do? What can we afford? And that's why so many people are moving here to Fort Wayne. Like you just said, cost of living is so low. We've done many videos on this, so feel free to check that out on our page. All right, last but not least, we're talking about all you ballers, pimps, and players out there that in that $600,000 range or higher. No. All right, so if you're watching this and you're saying, all right, Caleb, hey, thank you so much, but I'm in that $600,000, maybe you're over $1 million, which is fine. We've helped plenty of those people as well get loans, buy houses here, luxury homes here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But Scott, go ahead and drop that little nugget on them. Well, if they're in that $600,000 range. All right, guys. So if you're looking for a little bit higher end property, Fort Wayne again is kind of unique in this fashion, because if you're looking for acreage, you might find something with 5, 6, 10, 20 acres. You might find something with pole barns. You might find mother-in-law suites attached. You might find the same price range, and even in some of the additions that are around Fort Wayne. I mean, you get into that $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 range pretty consistently. So if you're looking for something like that, here's the breakdown for you. On $600,000, again, 20% down, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Pity. Like Mr. T, I pity the fool. That's what I'm giving you guys a quote for. $3,903. Right? So just under $4,000 buys you $600,000. Yeah. And I don't care where you live in the country, with the exception of maybe West Virginia and some parts of Kentucky. And they don't hold a candle to Fort Wayne if it's just my opinion we're going by. And those are about the cheapest place you can live. You're not going to find a cheaper property. And I guarantee you this, when you look at square footage, school districts, ease of transportation, give me some other ideas, but it's tough to compare Fort Wayne to other places. Because when you see that price fluctuation, you automatically assume it's a lesser than area, and it's just not the case. And here's the other thing that clients are really surprised at is when we're looking at, especially Fort Wayne does have a lot of older neighborhoods, but these older neighborhoods, these people have lived there for a long time. They've done the upgrades. They've upgraded their house. They've put on the new roof. They've put in the new, what's this stuff? I guess I'm talking. What's it called when you do the inside of a house? Not an upgrade, but a remodel. Thank you. So people also done the remodels in these older additions. But when I'm showing homes, my wife and I are showing homes in these older additions. They're just shocked by the amount of space. I mean, these lots. Most of these lots are half-acre lots, sometimes acre lots, just for one house in an addition. That's how they built them here back in the day. Right. Obviously now, brand new homes, you're not going to get the half-acre usually in an addition. Yeah. But we still have lots of people, which I know you're probably one of them if you're watching this, that I mean, because I hear this from everybody, we want land.
Right.
This is the place, guys. You're moving to the Disneyland of the Midwest, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We have been in the top 10 for years on best places to move.
Basically everything.
Yeah, best of everything. Best schools, best family friendly. I mean, you cannot go wrong living here. And the people that have moved here constantly tell us, Caleb, we love it here. And the people that just moved here as well, they were just telling us, Caleb, we just had somebody come over, fix our hot water heater. These people are so nice. Yeah. So amazing. I went to the grocery store and people are like, hey, can I help you? It's like, nobody talks to us. In stores, anywhere. Where we're from, nobody's talking to us. Nobody's this nice. Like, it's almost like, is this fake?
Have you ever seen the TikTok videos that talk about, oh, that's a Midwest thing?
Yeah.
So when you're done eating your lunch or dinner, you're done, all right, guys, see you, and everybody waves. And I mean, Arby's is, they have the little bell you ring for great service, but Midwest people are just built different.
Yeah.
The work ethic, in my opinion, is high.
Yeah.
The cost of living is low.
Yep.
The friendliness is high. The rate of crime is low.
Yep.
It's a really good place to live. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you want us to crunch numbers, put some comments in there, guys. We're doing these videos for you guys to make that move easier. If there's other things that you guys want to hear about, great, we'll do those. But let me give you this before we wrap this up. $250,000, $1,670. $450,000, $2,965. $600,000, $3,903.
Thanks for checking us out. Check out our next videos. Like and subscribe. Give us a call today. Shoot us an email. Can't wait to meet you. We always love talking about Fort Wayne because it's the city we love and we hope
it's your next home.